All right, hello again. I'm Covenant Ironface, my partner Drekmel Caress, and again, meeting us is Lasting Fate.
One of our newer members who we don't get to see very often. You all know we do a little bit of everything, and Lasting Fate here kind of covers our anime and conventions, which is what we're going to talk about this time.
Yeah, anime conventions are sort of my thing. I've been doing them for the last 3 or 4 years. They're just something that I feel that to get out of people's shell, which is what I have.
That's
as
what
the
all
camera shows.
welcome to the nerdom, everyone's shell, but yeah, that's the point. But more to it, the convention that we went to this time was the Arkansas Anime Convention.
Or A2F for short. Obviously, it's in Arkansas. We just spent the last 3 days there, and gotta say, overall, it was pretty fun. Met a lot of wonderful people, and a lot of people were cosplaying, which is something that you do as well.
I do cosplay. I have different cosplay costumes. I have Rono Zoro from One Piece. I have Ichigo Kurosaki from Bleach. And I have Snow from Final Fantasy 13. And I have more coming up eventually.
But in addition to all the cosplayers and the few events that we captured, also the cosplay contest, we kind of took a look behind the scenes and we talked to some of the staff that work there about running the convention, what kind of things they're doing, and they wanted to see everyone to come on out, and we also got to talk to a couple of the guests. But let's look more at the convention as a whole. We didn't get to see as many panels and stuff as we'd like, or get to record them, but I think one of the best events that I really enjoyed, I think it's funny, but the cosplay contest was actually pretty good. They had a lot of cosplayers there with a bunch of awesome outfits.
Yeah, I think they had like 50 or 60 different contestants, and I mean, out of the 3 judges, they were all like, we don't know who to pick for the best. They had a dozen awards just to go out. It's like, hey, you're most in character. Hey, you've got the best props that are handmade. They even had a new award this year for young, 15 or younger. They had an award for that. As a first-time cosplayer for this event, I didn't participate in the contest. I don't think I would have won anyways. I had a very cheapo monk costume that some people did seem to like, and I had a shikoju, which is a monk's weapon from Japan, and people did seem to really like that a lot.
Well, more on the subject of cosplay, out of all the ones you saw there, let's start with you. What did you think the best outfit you saw?
Honestly, I didn't agree with the first place winner. She, even though she did a lot to it, she actually wins every year. I didn't know if I told you guys that.
I didn't know that.
She does, and I feel like she should be MCing or something. Which that was actually one small thing I had was her MC was meh. She needed a louder voice.
Well, our microphone was dying too, but we did catch that entire thing on camera. But I mean, not just the contest overall.
Yeah.
Like even people that weren't in the contest. What is your favorite costume that we saw?
Well, ultimately, there was a guest there. She was Michelle the Storyteller. She was cosplaying as the Goblin King from the Labyrinth, which is, I'm not gonna lie, I fangirled all over. I mean, fanboy all over her. Yeah, okay, I did fangirl all over her. But
I got to admit that outfit was really good. I caught one on camera that you guys will probably see. My favorite was one of the vendors was dressed as the Mad Hatter, but not just the outfit. Like he got the voice and the attitude and everything right. I felt sorry for him though with that hat on his head all day.
There were just so many to pick from, and I mean, there were a lot of them that were just really well handmade, and I mean, most of these people make it themselves. I gotta say, I think the Jurassic Park was probably the most entertaining as far as I saw. At first, I thought it was Pokemon, but once I saw that the kid's father was wearing a shirt that said Jurassic Park on it, I realized, oh, so that's what's going on. And he was carrying around a dead chicken. It's like, hey, come on. And that was actually pretty hilarious, considering that we finally looked at our schedule, and our next movie is going to be Jurassic World.
Yeah, which we missed in our previous movie. Now, beyond all the cosplays and stuff, we also did some volunteer work while we were there. Not much, a little bit of security, moving stuff, behind-the-scenes stuff. And like I said, we talked to 2 of the major members of staff about setting it up, which we'll see in a moment. And we are ready to start.
Alright, this is Lasting Fate with TeamNO. I am here with...
Brooklyn Shock.
And...
Nathan Stockerman.
I don't know him.
Hi.
We keep tall people for good things. They reach things on high shelves.
What is it that you do for this convention that we're at? We're at Arkansas Anime Festival.
Arkansas Anime Festival. I am officially the convention co-chair. I am one of the main 2 people that gets yelled at the most when things go wrong. I mean, plans things. That's my job.
Right.
I don't know who he is.
And then Nathan,
I'm a lackey.
you're a lackey.
He is not. He's an MC, and he's awesome.
He is awesome at it. Thank you.
So-
How long have you been doing this?
Since November of 2007, twice a year.
Twice a year. And you?
I've been attending at least since about 2008, 2009.
He was with us almost from the very beginning. He was a diamond that we found that we sort of just coveted.
Of course, his wife actually does. She's like the MC or the guest.
She's our liaison.
Liaison, yeah. She does great at that. If
Yeah,
you
she does.
y'all don't know, that's a very hard job to do.
Some of
Not
our
many
guests are
people can do
very
it.
different, and you have to be right there with whatever they need, but not let them just completely run over you, because that sucks. But they're all amazing people, and you've got to be able to take care of them.
You should ask about Consplosion.
Yes. What is the other events that y'all do besides A2F?
Well, we have our A2S spring and fall, and then sometime in between there, usually at the end of summer, we do an event called Consplosion. And it was literally dreamt up because we thought we want something really big, something that just has everything we can think of. Everything from painting to medieval sword fighting to everything. Everything that we think is cool, we want to put in one building for a weekend so that anybody else that thinks it's cool can come hang out and party with us. And we described it as kind of like the party you always wanted when you were 15. So we try and host that. We have 90,000 square feet of everything, including a 9,000 square foot Nerf arena that runs almost the entire time. It's really fantastic.
Now I want to go.
This year we're actually kind of doing separate tracks on things, because usually we just grabbed everything and threw it in there. It was a big melting pot, and everybody was like, "Oh God, there's so much stuff! ADD! Oh my God!" This year we're gonna try and actually have tracks. We have like 6 panel rooms. We're gonna try and do like an authors track, a game developers track, an anime and sci-fi and comic and pop culture, and all kinds of cool stuff. So we're fine lining, I guess, streaming it in better, I suppose. It's growing. It's gotten huge. We started out with about 800 people, and we have just skyrocketed since then. This will be our 4th year. It's in September.
September, and what location?
September 11th through the 13th at the Fort Smith Convention Center, the City Convention Center in Fort Smith, Arkansas. And you can find out more information at consplosion.com, and that's Consplosion with a K.
Yeah, remember that. Now, we had a couple of questions also about the work in the background. You guys have a bunch of staff and a bunch of volunteers, so about how many people does it take to run this kind of convention?
In total, about 100 to 120.
Wow, that's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people.
And you guys are...
Both staff and volunteers.
And they're all amazing.
Yeah, and you've got about how many vendors showed up this year, do you know?
Well, unfortunately, we lost about 3 of them. Well, not lost them. They couldn't come because of Texas flooding. But I do believe in total we had 28.
28 vendors, and what does it take to, like, you know, set up to be a vendor for one of these conventions if someone else wanted to come along and sell stuff?
Well, we have 2 different sections. We do one where we support artists, local and from far away, people that have made things, tradesmen, craftsmen, that kind of thing. They can come, they fill us out a form on the website, send us a link to whatever they do, or send us pictures of whatever they do. Because we like to have a really cool, eclectic mix. We've got people down there that make jewelry and handbags and hats and everything under the sun. And then we've got our actual vendor area, which actually are people that own stores, whether they be brick and mortar or run out of their basement or garage. And they come in and set up all of their wares, and they have a great time with us. Some of them even actually are panelists. A couple of our vendors are actually people that are game developers, and they're playtesting their game here, as a matter of fact, this weekend, and it's been a huge success. So a lot of people are creative people, they're awesome people, but you can fill out a form on our website, go on, it tells you all about what our hours are, how much it costs to vend, that kind of thing. We try to keep the cost low and the mix eclectic. We want there to be a lot of really cool, different stuff.
Yeah, and we also had a cosplay contest here and stuff like that. So far for you guys, I know this is beyond that, but you guys see a bunch of cosplay coming through here. What has been your favorite costume this year?
I did see the Goblin King. I melted.
That was
David
cool.
Bowie is the David Bowie Goblin King. That was pretty good. Did
That
you
was
have?
actually kind of a surprise because that was one of our guests, and I didn't recognize her when I first saw her as the Goblin King. That was Michelle, the storyteller, and she does an incredible job. That was Michelle.
Oh my gosh.
I know, right?
I hugged Michelle.
I liked the Jurassic Park one. I really liked the Jurassic Park one, but
That was probably my favorite.
that was
Jurassic
so cool.
Park.
We were dragging around. It was
The raptor with the big chains.
blue and black raptor looking Pokemon type thing. It was awesome, is what it was.
And the park ranger.
The park ranger was awesome.
So-
Good job, well.
Besides obviously the days of setting up, how long does it take to actually set up one of these events beforehand? Days, months,
Months.
months ahead of
And
time.
luckily, let me tell you a little bit about our first show. The first show was a bunch of friends and I that got together, and somebody kind of dared us. They were like, "Oh, you can't do that." And I was like, "Yeah." It was like Marty McFly being called chicken. Yeah. Yeah. So we're like, you know what? We'll do this. We'll put together. We got nerdy things. We'll watch anime. We'll eat pizza. We'll do gaming. We'll do nerdy things. About 950 people showed up to a one-day event, and I can remember we planned and planned and planned. It took us like 2 years to plan. And I remember looking over the balcony at our very first event and seeing people wound up down the stairs, out the door, around the block of the hotel waiting for us. And I thought, oh God, what have I done? Because we expected like 200 people. I told everybody, we're prepared for 500 if it gets really big. We're loosely prepared for like maybe 600, a few extra things. It'd be really pushing it. No, we almost got 1,000 people. We broke every fire code in the entire hotel we were at. It was an adventure, but everybody had a lot of fun. It got a little rocky in spots, but we had a whole lot of fun. But since then, it has gone from planning 2 years in advance to planning about 6 months in advance. There's a great team that works on things. We advertise, we do social media pushes. Basically, we'll all sit together and go, "Stop crying, I'll take over." But it's a collaborative effort. There's a whole lot of people involved in it.
And so, since you guys are doing this so often, I know it's probably a hassle, but what is your favorite part of setting this up? The planning.
The planning part, that moment when you look at the schedule and nobody's overlapped and everybody has really cool panels. And there's at least 2 things on the schedule that you don't know what they are. So you get excited about learning something from the unknown. Like we had a Marble Hornets thing, and I've never heard of them because I'm not an internet guru. And so that was actually pretty cool to me. It was scary, but it was awesome once I found out what it was. That moment where you finally realize this is going to happen. Because each day you're like, okay, I'm so close. Man, I'm so close. I'm so close. We're so close. And then there's that final moment where you're like, this is going to happen. This is totally going to happen. Now, my favorite part of being here is the first time that parent comes up to me and says, "Oh my God, my kid is bullied in school because he's weird. And you guys are the most awesome people in the world. Thank you for putting this on. He finally found a home." It's for all of us that didn't have a home.
That's very deep, actually.
It's true. That's actually one of the main reasons why we did this. They didn't have this when I was a kid. Everybody picked on me. I was weird. I was a nerd. You get bullied in school. Everybody gets that if they're in this genre of things. Here, there's none of that. This is a great big family you didn't even know you had. Am I right? Tall person?
And you haven't said much, Mr. Tall. So what's your favorite thing of the convention overall, after it's all said and done?
Pretty close to something similar to that. I mean, you go everywhere through these halls. You see people grouped together, smiles on their faces. They live for this event twice a year. Once it's done, they're already planning for the next one. It's just the happiness that this event brings to all these kids' faces. It's just
And
priceless.
the parents
The
are
parents
all
too,
involved.
yes.
It's so great to see everybody come as a group.
Right? It's excellent.
All right. Well, I think we've got most of that. Do you have any last thing that you want to add in to all your fans? Your fans you don't know have because you're behind the scenes everywhere.
I'd have to say to all the fans for A2F, everybody that's helped us and encouraged us and helped us grow, you guys are absolutely awesome. We couldn't be this.
Thank you.
We couldn't be this without you. So tell your friends, tell your family, and come be part of our big nerdy family.
All right. So one last time, what are the other events you've got going on and when they're at, so we can put that up for all?
We run Consplosion with a K, www.consplosion.com. It is September 11th through 13th this year. And then we have our A2F, the Arkansas Anime Festival Fall Edition for 2015. And it is November 13th through the 15th here in Springdale, Arkansas.
All right. Any last questions that you've got?
I think you got it. I got it.
Oh, yeah. All right. These are the people behind the scenes. Give them a high five.
I want one. Yeah!
But it takes a lot of work to go into these conventions, but it's totally worth it. If you get a chance to go, and even if you get a chance to volunteer, you'd be surprised at how much fun it is to not only go in and enjoy the company, but to help out and be part of the event.
Yeah, quick warning to all future convention makers. If you ever conscript me or get me to volunteer, I immediately become Metatron, voice of all conventions, and start yelling at people, "Welcome to said convention!" And this particular convention, some of the people did not like me doing that. When I first started doing that in ArcadiaCon last year, people loved it. So it's, give or take.
Yeah, well, they had a guy there that was doing something similar. They had someone that was playing a character from Skyrim, one of the priests of Talos, so he was wandering around the convention screaming, "Praise Talos!"
I think everybody wanted him dead.
I told him
the other monks.
Yeah. So you're probably going to see that clip now.
Talos the Mighty! Talos the unassailable, to you we give praise! Praise
Talos! And before we go after that, one of the other cool things that we did was we stopped and talked to some of the guests there. But the main one we got on camera was David Vincent. For those of you who don't know, he's a voice actor for several animes and several video games. He's probably going to go into more detail on that. But in addition to all that, he was a really cool guy.
Oh, this is TeamNO, Classic Vape with TeamNO. I'm here with David Vincent.
Yes.
For those of you who don't know him, please explain who you are.
Hi guys, my name is David Vincent. I'm a voice actor. I'm based out of Los Angeles, California. Some of the major roles that you may recognize me from, I do Robin in Super Smash Bros. And Fire Emblem, Grimjow Jaggerjack in the anime series Bleach, as well as Gilgamesh in Fate Zero. And you can hear me now as Senketsu in the hit series Kill la Kill, which is airing on Adult Swim right now. And many, many more.
Awesome. How long have you been voice acting?
I've been voice acting a long time. No, I've been voice acting about 17 years, and professionally. And I recently, as far as anime, probably in the last 8 to 9 years is when I started doing a lot more anime and video games.
So we've got a lot of fans that wanted to be like you. What do you say to people that also want to be a voice actor or aspiring voice actor?
Here's what I'm going to say to somebody who wants to get into the business, or if you're interested in being a voice actor. Number one, if you're still in school, do theater. Go get in your theater department. Do your drama classes in school. Take theater classes at your school. Do the plays at your school. Getting on stage is really going to be your best training ground if you want to be an actor. So really, I can't emphasize enough to get on stage, because voice acting is acting, and that's where you're going to learn your craft. Do that, and I'll give you a website called iwanttobeavoiceactor.com. It's by D. Bradley Baker, very, very well-known voice actor, and he does a really nice job of just listing out exactly some of the steps that you can take if you want to pursue a career in voice acting.
It's cool. And we're also wanting to know a lot about the convention, like setting this up. I mean, you hit this convention along with several others, don't you?
I do. I've recently, in the last couple of years, started to attend more conventions.
So for coming to the convention, you get a bunch of people doing the autographs. What does it take to set this kind of stuff up, and what other conventions are you going to be at?
As far as autographs, I'm not sure.
Just show up?
Yeah, just show up, and if folks are interested in having you sign some of their stuff or whatnot, then yeah, I'm happy to sign your materials.
So what all other conventions do you hit up? Is it just this one, or?
Oh, I'm right here. We're at Arkansas Anime Festival, which I've had a lovely time at. This has actually been a really fantastic convention. Other conventions that I'm going to be at this year that I can announce now, I will be at A-Kon in Dallas. I'm going to be at Saskatoon in Saskatchewan, Canada. I will be at Tokyo in Tulsa. And what are the other ones that I can mention as of now? I've got a couple more coming up. I know that in Wichita, I think it's the Anime Festival in Wichita, Kansas, I'll be there. And then KomoriCon in Vancouver, Washington, I will be there as well. So, more coming up.
It's awesome. And what other questions did you have for him? You don't remember? Did you have any that you wanted to ask him? that's mainly it. We wanted to check out what the voices here.
Yeah.
He said he's going to hit up the other conventions. You should all check it out. And what were those websites again?
For the
Voice acting?
my websites?
Yeah, your websites as well.
I'm going to give you my websites as well, okay? If you want to be a voice actor, I highly recommend going to iwantobeavoiceactor.com. If you're interested in getting in contact with me or following me, please follow me on Twitter. I am it's at David Vincent, VA for voice actor. Send me a Facebook friend request. It's, again, facebook.com/David Vincent, VA for voice actor. And then I've got a fan club that they're called the Winter Panthers. It's run by Michelle Tan, and she's out of Canada, and she does a great job. We do contests, monthly contests where I do giveaways, poster giveaways, I do DVD giveaways, autograph giveaways, all sorts of fun stuff. So please join the fan club as well, and follow me on Twitter.
All right, and one last question now that we've got all those out of all the people that you voice act,
Yes.
which one's your favorite?
Which one's my favorite? I can't pick just one. I'll say some of my top ones are going to be Robin and Smash, Senketsu and Kill la Kill, Grimjaw, Jaggerjack, and Bleach. Honestly, just one of my favorites. I do a series called Blaze Blue, and I play a character, Jin Kisaragi and Hakumen, and I love getting crazy with that guy, so there's just a lot of them. I enjoy immensely what I get to do for them. It's a privilege.
All right, man. Well, maybe we should play you some Blaze Blues later on when you get a chance.
I'll see you in the game room.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much.
You got it, man. You got it.
All right. And this has been us with TeamNO.
Yeah, this is Lasting Fate, TeamNO, signing off.
He was. He did not have to get on camera with us. I mean, we're just some nobodies from YouTube talking about stuff. It really was nice of him to get up there and just like, hey, whatever, pop up your camera, let's talk. And it was really nice of him. He even sat down and played some games. One of the characters, which he does the voice acting for, and kicked the crap out of me.
At least him, yeah. He plays Jin from Blaze Blue, in addition to a bunch of other characters. And so when he sat down, he said he's going to play just Jin. And he was originally going to play one guy and go back to his thing, but he decided to hang out in the game room and play with everyone that wanted to play. He played like 7 or 8 matches. He won like 2 or 3 of them. But he was having a great time, and he wasn't like, obviously he's some big important star, everyone loves him, but he's just like everyone else. And a lot of the other guests that we got a chance to talk to, even off camera, the same way. They, hey, everyone's got their fandom, everyone's a nerd.
He does have a very, very cute daughter. 17 months old. 17 months old. Let me throw that in there. Jerks. He had his entire family was down. They apparently live in the area at one of his panels, and his daughter showed up. And she's learning how to walk, and she was going back and forth, running to daddy, running to mommy, running to daddy. And I swear, it stopped the panel like 5 times because it was just so much cuteness.
I wish we had gotten that on camera.
Who was the other guy that we got a hold of that was nice enough to talk?
Nathan. We had Nathan. He says he's a lackey, but ultimately he is one of the best MCs that the convention has ever had. He has been going since 2008, I want to say, he said.
Yeah, he'll go over that more. He wasn't the only one that we talked to, though.
Yeah, we also,
the event organizer.
Yeah, her name is Brooklyn Shock, or Brooke. Please call her Brooke. She is probably one of the most amazing people you could ever meet in your life. Like life-changing just meeting her, talking to her. She's very enthusiastic and very passionate about what she does. She also owns a... it's like a nerd store. I want to say it's called Realms Anime, and it has everything, not just anime. It's like our version of Game HQ.
Nerd store! But overall, I mean, we had fun. Everyone that was there was having a great time. If you get a chance to go to these, not just, the one here in Arkansas, there should be another one coming up in Fort Smith, correct?
Consplosion. Brooke goes into that. It's like sometime in September. To me, it's slightly better because it's not just anime. It's everything. It's everything that you could possibly dream of that is nerd. They get a lot of space, and they put so much in that space that you're just like, oh my god, what do I do? There's so much to do. I can't I can't keep up. Whereas in the one that we went to, it's slightly smaller and it's more focused on the anime. It's more panel oriented. Consplosion is not. It has panels where you can just go and check stuff out, but then it has actual activities. Like they had zombies where you had to shoot at zombies or the zombies attacked you.
Wow,
with
that
Nerf
sounds
guns.
like fun.
Yes, it's ridiculous. And they get about 50, 60 people playing that. They get a game of Quidditch, even.
Wow, maybe
Yes.
we can get to go into that. But I think that's enough of rambling from us. We're going to have a couple more clips for you to check out. The interviews and, of course, the cosplay contest that we got a shot of. Also a shot of a guy's head who stepped in front of the camera. But
It's a convention.
it's convention, it happens.
Yeah.
But thanks for joining us. As always, Dracmo Cress, my partner here, Covenant Ironface, and
I am Lasting Fate.
And we represent Team No.
see you next time.
Yeah, I think you look ridiculous. Now I'm messing with you. See, now I'm gonna give you recording all the time, so you can't take your mask off. It's a mini stormtrooper.
That's my mini-me.
It's a mini me. Oh. Destroy them.
Okay, boss.
Far.
Again, another team-based game. Essentially, the object of the game is for one team to ring the opposite team's shield to get a point. Now, this is going to be a little bit crazy, so try to keep it on as best as I can because sometimes it's at the same time. Now, in order for you to score a point, guys.